Have you ever learned about something in school, just memorized the formula and then forgotten it as soon as the test is over? Well, I did, and it wasn't something that I truly understood until much later, but was one of the most powerful concepts that I was ever taught. It's something that can either make you wealthy or break you financially, and it's also been called the eighth wonder of the world. I'm talking about compound interest. Yes, I know it sounds boring, but trust me, this is the one concept that you need to understand, because the earlier you get it, the wealthier you'll become. In this video, I'm going to break it down for you in a way that I wish someone had explained to me years ago. By the end of this video, you'll know how to make compound interest work for you and not against you, so that you can start building your wealth today. Stick around to the end because we're also diving into the 8-4-3 rule, how to make it work for you, the sneaky opponents of your money, and where and what to invest in. And by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what it is and how to use it so that you can retire rich. Let's get started. Before we dive in, let's start with the basics. Simple interest. This is when you only earn interest on your initial investment without taking into account any of the interest that you've already earned. It's straightforward. The interest is always calculated based off of the original amount. Now, compound interest is where things start to get exciting. Instead of just earning interest on the original amount, you now start to earn interest on the interest that you've already accumulated. Each time interest is added, your balance grows, and the future interest calculations are based on this larger amount. This snowball effect is what makes compound interest so powerful. It helps your money to grow at an accelerating pace over time. Let's break this down with a simple example. Meet Kim and Tom, both in their 20s and eager to start investing. They both put in 1,000, and let's assume that their investment grows with an impressive 12% per year. After the first year, Kim's investment grows to 1,120. That's 120 in interest on her original 1,000. But here's her strategy. She withdraws that 120 and leaves her initial 1,000 invested. The next year, she earns another 120, bringing her total to 1,240. And again, she takes out the interest. After 3 years, her portfolio reaches 1,360 because she's earning simple interest, always based off of her initial investment. Now let's talk about Tom. He follows a different approach. Instead of withdrawing his interest, he reinvests it. In the first year, he earns 120, just like Kim. But in the second year, something interesting happens. Instead of making another 120, he makes 134, because now he's earning 12% on 1,120, not just 12% on 1,000. By year 3, his balance reaches 1,405, which is 45 more than Kim's. Now you might be thinking, so what? It's only $45, let's say. Big deal. But here's the thing. The real power of compound isn't about a few years. It's about time. Over the long run, Tom's investments will snowball. His interest keeps earning interest, and his money grows exponentially. Meanwhile, Kim's growth is linear. It takes her the same amount of time to double her money. But for Tom, his investments will explode over time as compounding accelerates. This is why compound interest is called the eighth wonder of the world. The longer you let it work, the more powerful it becomes. Okay, let's talk about how compound interest accelerates over time and how your money starts to grow faster the longer that you leave it invested. There's a simple but powerful concept called the 8-4-3 rule, which breaks down your financial journey into 3 distinct phases. The first 8 years, your money grows steadily, but it might not feel like much is happening. The next 4 years, things start to pick up. Your investments double in half the time. The final 3 years, this is where the magic really happens, because your money explodes exponentially. Let's say that you start with $10,000 and consistently add $500 per month. After 8 years, you might have around $80,000, which is great, but it may not feel like life-changing money just yet. Now here's where it gets exciting. Over the next 4 years, your investments start compounding on themselves, and suddenly that $80,000 turns into $160,000 in half the time it took to reach the first milestone. But the real magic? It happens in the last 3 years. Your money now has a life of its own, growing while you sleep. By the end of this phase, your $10,000 investment and your monthly contributions could explode past $250,000 or even more. The crazy part is that the growth in the last 3 years alone is nearly as much as the entire first 8 years combined. That is the true power of compound interest. Now you might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true, but it's not, it's just math. The key is patience and consistency. Of course, actual results depend on factors like market conditions, investment choices, and contributions, but the principle remains the same. Start early, stay consistent, and let time do the heavy lifting. Now, while $250,000 is a great milestone to reach, it's obviously not enough to retire off of. But don't worry, keep watching, because in just a bit, I'll show you exactly how to leverage compound interest to hit your financial goals and retire wealthy. If you've been enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more finance content. One important thing to remember is that compound interest also works against you, especially when it comes to debt. High interest debt, like credit cards, accrues interest at a much faster rate than most investments can earn. This means debt compounds against you, draining your wealth instead of building it. But when you're saving and investing, compound interest is your best friend. It helps you to earn money while you sleep, eat, and binge watch YouTube. So Finance 101, avoid debt whenever possible. And if you do have high interest debt, focus on paying it off first before prioritizing investing. Now let's talk about how to use the power of compound interest to grow your wealth. The amount of money that you accumulate through compound interest depends on 3 key factors: the interest rate, the amount you invest, and time. Since high returns come with high risk, we focus on the 2 most powerful and controllable factors: contributions and time. And time is what holds the greatest potential for building wealth. Let's compare Tom, who we've already met, to his friend Sam, who starts investing a little later. Tom starts investing $250 per month at the age of 24, earning an 8% annual return. Sam hears about Tom's strategy, but he waits until age 28 to start investing. To catch up, he contributes $300 per month. Kim, who starts investing even later at age 38, assumes that she can compensate by investing $500 per month. Now let's see how much they've accumulated by the time they all turn 65. Tom managed to accumulate almost $873,000. Sam managed to accumulate just over $757,000, even though he contributed a bit more per month than Tom did. Kim just managed to accumulate over $543,000, despite investing the most overall and double the amount that Tom invested. The difference is time. Even though Tom contributed less overall, his early start allowed compound interest to work in his favor, leading to the largest portfolio by retirement. His graph clearly shows how exponential growth accelerates over a longer time period. This is the most perfect example of why time is the most valuable asset an investor has. The earlier you start investing, the more time you give your money to compound, and the greater your wealth will grow. So don't wait, start now and let time do the heavy lifting. When you're aiming to grow your wealth through compounding, there are a few sneaky opponents that are working against you. And the first is inflation, the gradual decrease in the purchasing power over time. As prices go up, the amount that you can buy with your money is less. Then there are investment fees like performance and management fees charged by asset managers to manage your investments by taking a small percentage of your earnings. And also don't forget about taxes, which all cut into your net real return earned. For example, let's say you're earning 8% returns on paper, but if you lose 3% to fees and taxes, your actual return drops to just 5%. While that is still above inflation, it means your money isn't working as efficiently as what it could be. That's why it's so important to start early and save consistently, because those are the factors that you can control to build wealth over time. But don't worry, we won't get too deep into that today. Just remember, it's important to be aware of these elements when planning your financial future. Now, if you're wondering where to invest to maximize the power of compounding, then check out the last video in the series where Adam talks about investing for beginners. And stay tuned for our next series, which is all about the topic of investing. While you can't guarantee that your investments will make money, you can avoid excessive risk that could later lead to large losses. A smart approach is to diversify. Spread your investments across different asset classes, stocks, bonds, real estate, and within those asset classes to reduce risk. Now you understand why compound interest is often a little known secret that the wealthy have passed down for generations. It's a powerful, life-changing tool, yet many people are unaware of it. If you're part of the majority that didn't get this knowledge passed down to you, don't worry, because now you have it. It doesn't matter where you are in life, whether you're in your 20s like Tom or in your 30s or 40s. The key is starting now. If you're in your 20s, start investing consistently, even if it's just a small amount. The earlier you start, the more you'll benefit from that head start. If you're a little older, don't stress. The best time to start investing was yesterday, but the next best time is today. It's never too late to get started, and your future self will thank you for it. The most important thing is to open at least one investment account and start contributing to it consistently. Reinvest your earnings and keep it simple. Doing this will put you on a path to a much wealthier future, and that is the real power of compounding. Alright, now you know the secret that the wealthy have used for generations: compound interest. The question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Will you start today and let time do the heavy lifting? Or will you wait and let another year slip by? If you found this video valuable, do yourself a favor and hit that like button so that more people can learn about this game-changing concept. And if you're serious about mastering your money, then subscribe to The Money Minded, where we break down finance concepts in a way that actually makes sense. Please share this video with a friend who could benefit from this information, especially those that aren't interested in searching finance content themselves. And if you're ready to take the next step, then check out this video right here. It's all about where to invest and how to get started. Thanks for watching The Money Minded, where we make money simple so that you can make it work for you. See you in the next one.